Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing the part 2 of my makeup collection and what I love and like from that. I do like slash love some of my lip products. I'm just not using them because I'll be eating and drinking most of the day. So there's like no point. Alright, let's get started with eyeshadow primer. So the L'Oreal Infallible. I've already talked about this and why I love it and all that. I need a mirror. Alright, so I got a mirror. So now I can start working with it. And I have the shade Ivory. I don't know if I mentioned that. So I'm only going right about here. And we're going to blend it from there. Alright, and Camo Concealer Sponge to blend that. Yes, I did get some on my under eye. Fix that in a minute. Alright, so let me get a makeup wipe out the bagel. Turn this up. So the inner corner I'm not so worried about. Just the rest of the under eye. I like to keep that area clean so primer goes on smoothly. So now we're looking at it. Alright. So again, we get my old chips bag. We want to put dirty brushes on it. And we're going to keep makeup and brushes separate today. Or no, yeah, we are. And either tomorrow or Thursday when I do my next makeup tutorial. Because I will have a few days before I do another makeup tutorial. I'm going to work on cleaning my brushes and sponges. Probably work with my sponges first. So those are out of the way. So, um, yeah, that's the day I'm gonna start working on cleaning them. So then they're all clean. For Sunday when I do another makeup tutorial. And then we're just gonna go through and dirty them all up again until we start using more products up. Once we start using more products up, then we're going to start cutting back on using some brushes. Alright, so now we're going into the set part of the Physicians Formula powder. I already talked about this as well. I'm going to use the Real Techniques setting brush. I got some powder on my face. And I do love all my eyeshadow palettes as well. Just the three that I've mentioned are my favorites. And the ones I reach for more. But I might as well just go through all my whole makeup collection. Because that's the only way I'm going to be able to actually completely use up makeup. So that's what I'll do. On Thursday, I'm just going to work on going through my makeup collection. And lips are going to be a whole different video. Except for the Wet n Wild one. Because I've already talked about it. Because I'm not using lips. I mean, I should. So either tomorrow or Thursday we'll do in part 3. Alright, until we get through all my makeup collection. Alright, so now we're doing eyeshadow. Slash eyeliner. So these 3 that I mentioned today, just know I love them. And the eyeliner I mentioned today, just know I love it. Okay. So first we're going to go into eyeliner just to let that dry. I'm going into the e.l.f. Precision Liquid Eyeliner. This is the one that comes with the brush tip. The reason I love this one is because it's more precise than the gel eyeliner. And you can't really, well, you can. but you really can't mess it up or go wrong with this. This is a great product. I mean, e.l.f. does have some faults. Don't get me wrong. They do have some flops. But you can never go wrong with a great brush tip and a pen and a gel eyeliner, because those all three of those will come in handy at some point. And I feel like I do my eyeliner better with the brush tip anyways. Let that dry down for a minute. My eyes burn like crazy. So while that's drying down, I'll talk about the first palette we're going into. The e.l.f. Bite Size palette, and I Love You a Latte. I love this thing. I love all the 4 shades that I had. I only went down to 2. Then eventually 1. But anyways, this is great quality for the price. And it's just great quality altogether, except it breaks easy. But most eyeshadows break easy. Great product. So first I'm going to make sure my eyeliners. Yep. So now we're going into the Equal Tools Angled Crease Brush. We're going to go into the first shade in the Bite Size palette. And this is going to help lighten everything up, brighten everything up on the eyes. And it really does do a good job. So I definitely love doing my makeup this way now because it definitely does brighten. And your eyeshadows, once you blend it in with the cream color eyeshadow, it will just lighten up so much. I mean, it will lighten up anyways because, you know, you're blending. You're taking eyeshadow away. Eventually, I will do my skincare routine while doing makeup. It's just half the time I'm doing it after my skincare is kind of sunk in throughout the day, so it still looks bad. Alright, save that brush for later. Now we're going into our crease brush. And we're going into a mixture of the first and fourth shade. So just a little bit of the first, a little bit of the fourth. And this is just going into that natural crease. So my eyes look dry a little bit. So I just gotta bear with myself because I do look dry as heck. I just woke, like I said, I just woke up late, so it's like I could not do my skincare routine because I said if I wake up early, I'll do my skincare routine and then my makeup, but I kind of woke up late. Oh, and the e.l.f. Perfect 10 palette. I love this palette. I never really got to try out the last shade because it broke before I could even try it. But the 9 shades that I do have are wonderful, and this is great for travel because it's not so bulky as the L'Oreal that's also a 10 pan palette is. Alright, so let's start. But anyways, sorry, I'm dealing with a friend as well. I'm going into the second shade in that bite-sized palette. I do have my blending brush. So this is not going into the crease. This is just going above the crease. So I'm actually going to start right here at my brow bone and work my way down. And then take my blending brush. And I know I'm holding it a little bit different today. There's a reason for that. Oh, and another thing. Um I'm planning for, I know I said this in last video, but I am planning for next year already. And think I have some ideas. Some like good ideas. Like really good ideas, sorry. Really good ideas for what to do. Um anyways, trying to think here. But I am trying to plan for next year. It's a little bit hard because I'm like, what brands do I have the most of that I'm repurchasing? And that's what I'm going through. So that series idea that I first wanted to do, I'm going to do in a couple years when I have a little more money. And, so next year, we're just going to keep trying from the most popular brands in my collection. So like what I have the most of repurchasing. And then we go from there. Um and then we'll just go from there. And I don't know. I might still do it next year. I gotta see. I might still do because I'm going through Nikki LaRose's drugstore stuff and what you know and all the foundations, blushes, and concealers she does. So she does only 3. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm only gonna do 3. And so as I do it, I'll link the videos down below in the description box as I do it next year or the year after. I don't know. I might do it next year. Now we're going to go back into that palette. I'm going to take this flat top brush here. Going to go into the last shade in the palette that I have as the last shade. Um, but yeah. So now we're going into the CoverGirl Eye Enhancer Shadow and the shade Snow Blossom. This is a great eyeshadow. I love this eyeshadow. Um, it is a sheer formula. So we're just going to put it on the lid. But anyways, this is a sheer formula. It's a great sheer formula because you can always just like this. You can always just leave it without knocking off the excess, and then there you go. Now let's clean up the under eyes and the whole face. I'm doing really good with this wipe. Well, I didn't have, you know, anything to wipe off the back of my hand yet. Alright. So let that dry for a minute. And today we're not going to do underpainting just because of the fact that I'm using a flat top foundation brush and it tends to get heavy on that one. Anyway, sorry, my friend's cat has ear mites, and she's like, "Do you know any other way I can help get them out?" Because she's trying to use a piece of toilet paper because it's a lot softer on a cat's ear than a Q-tip is, and try to clean as much out, and she just feels so bad because like there's times she gets a little deep even with the toilet paper. I'm like, um, there's ear mite drops at Walmart that she can get. Anyways, so we're going into the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide. Oh, it's cold on my face. It warms up really well, but it just get cold when you first put it on. Camo. I mean, there's no wood over there for him to climb out on anymore. They used it all over the weekend. Now, if like, I'm gonna be busy on Sunday, I might do one after work on Saturday. Or no, I got a birthday party Saturday, so I can't do it Saturday after work. I might do it. But yeah, like if I'm gonna be busy on Sundays, I'll do it Saturdays after work. Now, if like I know the night before that I have something to do that day, I'll do it Saturdays. But I only have 2 primers today, so it's gonna be a quick prime. Go into foundation, and then cream blush and cream highlighter is different today, so we'll talk about those. Contour's the same. So now we're going into the Maybelline Baby Skin. I didn't want to, itchy nose. I didn't want to use the e.l.f. one today. So I'm like, I'm going to use the Baby Skin. the Maybelline one to help try to get that used up too. Doesn't work as well. I guess it does. Sorry. I lied. So, I'm just gonna put it on both sides of my cheeks. On both cheeks. And then blend it out and then blend it out with the brush. It feels a lot smoother than the e.l.f. one. Literally, my makeup wipe's not as dirty. Not dirty. That's good. Alright. So now the brush. Where you are. It's the e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator. This is just a quick blend because this sinks into the skin better than the e.l.f. one does. Anyways, now foundation time. So this foundation, I thought I wouldn't be able to use up yet. It's getting pretty close. It's the Alma Beauty foundation. So I'm using a e.l.f. foundation brush to blend this out. And I'm just letting you know with the videos, she does say something about doing it so you don't have to with the Nicola Rose videos, which I'm going to plan today. She's not much of a primer girl, and I gotta go through her channel and like add what one she does. So I gotta do all the ones she does for drugstore. Um, mean, if she only does 30C, then that's alright. And I'm gonna save them to watch later. And I'll watch them later. Because I do have stuff to do today. Alright, so now we're going to blend with the sponge really quickly, which I'm using the bottom of the sponge because the top is filled with blush. Blend it in my Alright, so now we're going to get a makeup wipe out for the one we've been using first. And now we're going to go into the L'Oreal concealer again. We're going to let this marinate. Oh, and I did find my e.l.f. contouring brush. It was downstairs. So now I have my contouring brush. So we're going into the Rimmel London Stay Matte Concealer in the shade Espresso. And the e.l.f. contouring brush. Hold on. I'm going to blend up this concealer first, and then I'm going to put the contour on my forehead, just so it doesn't blend together. blend out my concealer first before I start talking to her. Again, because, oh my gosh, my dream last night freaked me out. I don't know where in the hell it came from. All I know is I'm freaked out. And I'm only putting the face concealer where I'm putting highlighter. Oh, which reminds me. Speaking of me having a dream about my father-in-law, well, my future father-in-law, whatever you want to call it. My fiance is about ready to step out, cause if what me and my fiance see is actually happening, he's gonna step out and tell my future father-in-law that he's not allowed to see our kids anymore. Like, ha! And if he tries to fight it, he's gonna have to fight tooth and nail to get those rights back, because they'll call us about it. Okay? They will call us about it. And if we tell them that we don't want them around, they'll still go through with it. He's just gonna have to find proof that it'd be better for him to see him. And what we'll do is we'll find proof that, he's. I mean, it's not wrong because she is an adult. But she's only like 2 years older than me. The girl that he supposedly just friends with, she's only 2 years older than me. I mean, they would frown upon that with me. So, I don't know. All I know is that if it's true, we're stepping out and we're not going to be around him anymore. It'd just be better to explain everything that's going on about Bob and stuff. Now we're going to the e.l.f. Putty Blush, which I don't get this. Okay, people say this is not pigmented. I have the shade 4. They try saying this is not pigmented enough. Blush. Now, if like you're like not warming it up and stuff, I could see that. Watch this. How's that not pigmented? No, no. Okay, at least it was on my side, not his. I do love this blush. It is a great and pigmented blush. Especially these like really hot, really bright shades. I love them. But it's alright. They are entitled to their own opinion. Alright, so before we move on with highlighter, we're going to go into the Hard Candy Glamouflage Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Ivory. So like I said, we're putting this everywhere where I'm putting the highlighter. It's covering up my blush really well. But it's fine because we're gonna also have powder blush on. I'm leaving it like this on my I'm leaving it like this everywhere. And you'll see why in a minute. So now everywhere else for highlighting, a little concealer. And I talked about this concealer yesterday, so I don't need to talk about it today. This is gonna be too much. For one, because this concealer is so full coverage, it's just hard to blend this out all the way. I'm never doing it like this again. It's just the way that, because it kind of looked better in my mind than it does. But we can fix it. With a little bit of highlighter, which is the NYX Away We Glow, in the shade State of Vlog / Transition. I love the applicator. It's not working. Okay. Okay, I got it. I got it to work. I just needed to take some of that. Alright. So, pretty much, I'm just gonna have to put it on normal. Anyways, I love this highlighter. It's so pretty when it's not on top of concealer. That here. Anyways, I love this. I love the applicator. It's such a unique applicator. And I just love this highlighter. I'm never doing it this way again. The hard candy needs to be underneath foundation. So we live and we learn. I definitely learned from this that no, this is a bad idea. So now we're going to use some setting spray and hopefully powdered. Can help. This is the e.l.f. Stay All Night, so I've already talked about it. So for this, we're going to use the bake powder again, just because we have so much going on. I'm using this big brush first. So I feel like the bake powder would be better for this look. Help hide it. Hide all of this better. But I could be wrong. You know, it could just make it brighter. Alright, like I said, and it might make it worse. Actually, that's not bad. Alright. What am I doing? I'm not done. Sorry. Now I'm gonna take my setting brush. And we're gonna kind of go like this. And today for my under eyes, I'm just gonna use the set powder. Alright. So now we're going into the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer and Forever Sun Kiss. I love this stuff. It's light. It's a light shade. So, again, it can get dark pretty fast. And unlike the Physicians Formula, it's a matte bronzer. Sorry. And I've definitely learned a lot today, so I love this stuff. I'm not done. Now we're taking the angled crease brush and we're going into a little bit of this bronzer. And we're going to do the sides of my nose. Now we're done with it. And now we're going into the e.l.f. Primer Infused Matte Blush and Always Cheeky. I also love this blush. This is a matte blush, so it's not going to be shimmery or anything. And this blush goes over so many different blushes. Over so many cream blushes. So these two are amazing. And they're both $7. So now we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Stay All Night. So this is the completed look. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you either tomorrow or Thursday. And like I said, I'm going to do both. See how many, or no. Actually, I'll do both. I'll do both. So I got a lot of planning to do today. So, might want to get started. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!